What's the deal? What's the trend?
What's your name, man?
Kang, K-A-N-G, Bugatti Bobby. But this year I'm finna drop the Bugatti and just be Kang Bobby.
Okay. Where you from, man?
Southwest Houston. Also Mo City as well. I got stripes everywhere off in turfs. You know, got to be moving around back and forth and so much, man. I be tired and so much growing up. I done been something everywhere doing some of everything, you understand me?
What it was like coming up back in the day, man?
One thing about it is different from now. I ain't back in the day you had more loyalty back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, you growing up, you know, niggas could take ass whoopings. You know, wasn't too many, you know what I'm saying? It was killing, but you know, niggas was getting out there getting they scratch. Back in the day, growing up, you had so much stuff going on because you had so much stuff we could be off involved into, man. Some of everything, man. You know, hood fights, clique fights. You know, the cliques back then wasn't like the cliques these days, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Cliques back then was just like regular neighborhood fights. You know what I'm saying? You get into it with one partner, y'all get y'all scratch, and the next partner, he getting his scratch. Y'all out there going back and forth at it. Now these days, man, you know, you get into it with a nigga, you gotta pay attention. See if he finna come back and smoke you or something, or his partner them finna smoke you or something like that. It was just more loyalty back then, man. They had more rules and regulations back then. Right now, ain't no rules in the streets, man. No rules in the game. It's all gone right now, man. So you rep something now, man. You really out the box right now. Back then, we had Southwest and Southwest A-Leaf, Texas, which splits the Beltway. The Beltway splits it. On the left side of the Beltway, that's Southwest A-Leaf, Texas. On the right side of the Beltway, from corporate all the way up to Braeswood, all the way down and forward up, coming up Hillcroft and Fundry and West Stay, I'm saying, and Bob White and all that there. Sandpiper, that's the real West. That's the dub. Gasma Drive, all that's the dub.
All right, so you from the West.
Yeah, but I got stripes in the mo too. You know what I'm saying? I take you through Ridgemont, Briargate, Briarvilla, Ridgegate, Deuce Glen 1 and 2, Pud Park and Ridgemont. I take you through everywhere, man. Like I got stripes. You know what I'm saying? For real.
So, like, what was your childhood like growing up? How would you describe it?
Fast, man. Being caught up in so much, man, so much extraness, mischievousness, as my mama said, man. You know what I'm saying? Just really on the cool, me growing up seeing all the old heads doing what they do, like get money, getting to it. It was like in my bloodline for me to repeat the cycle. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to nobody and tell them that, you know what I'm saying? I had to be gridiron and go for it, but it was in my bloodline for me to be the way that I went. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Because I was just finna ask you, like, what got you into the streets? Was it more environmental, household, like?
It was more environmental. You know, I growing up, I had all my, like I say, my old heads, my uncles and them, my big cousin and them, all of them was off in the streets. You know what I'm saying? I had a big cousin, Kenny Lou. You know what I'm saying? We used to call him Uncle Kenneth. You know what I'm saying? He used to run back in the days with Johnny Binders. You know what I'm saying? And all them big heads back in the gaps. You know what I'm saying? And that was big stuff through the city. So then also I see my brother and them growing up. You know what I'm saying? My brother and my cousin and them, they doing they stuff through the streets. And I always wanted what they had. They come in with the nice cars and, you know, the fabulous jewels and the nice kicks and stuff like that. So I wanted a piece of their pie. So, you know, they used to keep me in a little bit drink, me and Rain, because my cousin Telford was Rain uncle. You know what I'm saying? Which is Telford. I mean, Telford was Rain uncle and my brother was Darrell. So they ran together like two peas of a pod. So me and him used to see them growing up. We used to be like, man, we want what they got, you know. Right. We want them fabulous Jordans when they drop and all these jewels on their neck and everything, you know. Right. So that's what made us that's what made a person getting tied into it, man. And shit started really just going crazy. I ain't gonna lie, I started getting into some of everything, bro.
What was like the craziest thing you experienced being in the streets?
Seeing a nigga getting popped in front of my face. Where the blood from coming, you know what I'm saying, a splack on me like a splack. You know what I'm saying? And that was just out the woodworks. I was young. And seeing that just happen right then and there, I didn't think that was just gonna happen at that time. It really took me on the toe when it happened. Cause at first they was just okay arguing regularly. And next thing you know, I turn around, but when I turn back around, they get into a heated argument. And dude just, you know, I ain't gonna put it all out there, but it draw it down and just, you know.
That gave you a like different perspective.
It gave me a different look in life because they was just partners.
Damn.
They was just cool with each other. Like they was just sitting there running around with each other, talking noise back and forth each other, shooting dice against each other. You know what I'm saying? It all flew off a dice game.
Crazy, man. Like, okay, like, so like being in the streets, like what you feel like the greatest lesson you learned, like being in the streets?
Wiseness and movement. And why I say wiseness and movement is because the things that the streets taught me couldn't no books teach me. And the things that the streets showed me couldn't no average person show me. I got showed the ups and the downs, and I got showed the lefts and the rights. You know what I'm saying? Streets don't love nobody. You know, and I got showed that in so many different ways. Your own partner will cross you out. Your own brother will cross you out. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing to trust into it. Like, you can't trust a woman from the streets neither. You know, it's let alone, I guess you could say the streets is like a woman. You cheat on her. You doing bad. Karma gonna come back and get you some kind of way of fashion. And some of them, they don't even deserve what they get out the streets. So I guess you can run it just like that. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of wiseness into it. And I ain't gonna lie, it showed me the way to move, man. Just I say the movements and the wiseness. You know, it took me to prison, but shit.
In your opinion, like what you think it take to survive the streets? Like, if you would give your opinion on that, what like?
You can't. Because some people say that if you respect it, you're going to survive in the streets. Some people say if you're loyal, you're going to survive in the streets. You got a lot of niggas that's getting popped that's respected and is loyal to their people. Ain't no love in the streets, so ain't no survival. Ain't no survival. Streets can kill you any day. No matter how much respect you got or how much you think you own this block, or you and these people down with each other, or you're locked in every day. It don't matter. They'll still turn it back on you.
So like,